What's going on, guys? This is JW Films, and here in today's video I'm going to be rounding up some recent WWE 2K16 news. I'll put some timestamps in the description if you want to jump around in this video to see what news that is actually in this. I'm just going to be going through the last few days. It's August 14th as I'm recording this, and I'm going through the last few days of news that we've seen on a few different sources. So jumping right into things, IGN has announced that it will release 12 new superstars and divas each week leading up to the release in the IGN roster reveal. This week featured Booker T, Colonel Mustafa, Emma, Eva Marie, General Adnan, Kalisto, Kane, Lord Steven Regal, Sin Cara, Summer Rae, Tamina, and Triple H. And along with this list were a few screenshots featuring like John Cena and Kane, just to name a few, as well as Kalisto's entrance, which looks pretty good. I think it's a pretty accurate version of his entrance. I like how he jumps into the ring, and it also gets a good look at the LED aprons with the mini-trons on them, which I think look really good. I'll link all this stuff in the description, all the news sources, and where I'm getting this from. That was the IGN roster reveal, and this was followed by a WWE 2K trailer on their YouTube channel, which was Austin 3-4 as part of the Austin 316 Book of Austin. And where Stone Cold is on a podium, and he lists the few opponents he'll go through, I guess, in WWE 2K16. And two of the names mentioned were Mick Foley and Vincent. Everyone else was already confirmed, but both of them were last playable in WWE 2K14 in the 30 Years of WrestleMania, and they weren't playable in WWE 2K15. I think Mick Foley might have had an issue with the pay with it. Vince McMahon had a model in 2K15 that was actually quite terrible in the 2K showcase, but he wasn't playable. It's a small piece of news, but it's two pretty big names, and it's pretty much confirming that they'll be playable. And it all makes sense because they were big parts of Stone Cold's career, and they had matches with each other, Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold, and Mick Foley and Stone Cold, whether they're in a tag team or having a match against each other. There's a few matches you could do, and so this pretty much confirms them as playable in WWE 2K16. WWE 2K Dev has also released a few pieces of news this week, starting with the addition to Superstar Studio or CAW mode, in which clothing items can now have customizable material. The 6 options were default, whatever the default material is, cloth, matte, vinyl, satin, and metal, and this was all shown on a luchador mask in CAW mode. Another 2K Dev CAW mode addition was a long beard, and something that really has never been in CAW modes prior. Looks like to me Bray Wyatt's beard in 2K15, very similar to that, so maybe it means that the hair and the facial hair of other superstars will be available to use on CAWs, which should be cool. We did have the clothing option in the last game, I guess elaborating on that. So lots of cool new CAW mode stuff. They also showed a clip on 2K Dev of the new Dirty Pins with Seth Rollins pinning John Cena, I think it was, and apparently makes it more difficult to kick out, but the referee might see it and stop the pin. Although in the video the referee was pretty close to the dirty pin. It seems like he could have seen it. So that's another small piece of news. And the final piece of news, which is probably the most recent, is the soundtrack reveal. And I was pretty pleasantly surprised with it. It's got a good mix of like grungy kind of songs, if I could describe it, and also some retro songs. It seems very Attitude Era themed. The whole kind of the vibe of it, I guess, has a very Attitude Era theme, rebellious, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go through the songs. It's Billy Idol with Rebel Yell, Diplo with Revolution, Fashawn with Something to Believe in, Kid Ink with Hello World, Marilyn Manson with Deep Six, MGK with A Little More, Run DMC with It's Tricky, Skid Row with Youth Gone Wild, 21 Pilots with Heavy Dirty Soul, Yellow Wolf, Till It's Gone, Zac Brown Band, Heavy as the Hand, and Zed with Transmission. So a decent mix of songs. I've listened to a few of them as this video has been out, or as this list has been out, and it wasn't too bad. I do like the songs, much better than 2K15's. I don't think I'll be skipping as many of them or muting them. I'm definitely going to throw in some of the wrestler themes, especially since we have so many different legends and superstars and NXT. There's plenty of theme songs in this game, and then there's this licensed soundtrack, which isn't that bad. So, game is shaping up to be quite a good game, it looks like, through all these news. That's going to be it for this news video. I want to know what you think about all this stuff, so comment on it, leave a like, dislike, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And we'll see you in the next WWE 2K16 news video. And yeah.